Welcome to the Juggling Mind and Money podcast with Steve Rowe and Jessica Schlupp-Taylor. Steve Rowe is the founder of Lucent Financial Planning and an award-winning independent financial planner. He helps you to use your money and have a great life. Jess Schlupp-Taylor is a psychologist supporting people through change, challenges, and forks in the road of life. Together, they will help unblock the sludge in your mind, stopping you from achieving financial and psychological happiness.
Hello, and welcome to Ep.5 of Juggling Mind and Money. I'm Steve, founder of Lucent Financial Planning, chartered financial planning firm in the UK, and this is Jess, our resident psychologist who helps our clients to obtain and maintain a healthy head. In this podcast, we focus on trying to be happy. You happy, Jess?
I'm pretty much always happy. But don't ask my kids that question.
No, never. And money is an important part of being happy, but we think we've got that bit wrapped up. But also, happiness is a state of mind, and that's where Jess comes in. And if you're not happy, let's work out why and try to get there as soon as possible. So, Jess, how's it going?
It's good. Although, so I already have a bone to pick with you.
What have we done now?
It's the happy bit.
What?
I don't want to say it's overrated because it's not. Everyone loves to be happy. We all would like to be happy. However, content.
I love that word.
Happy.
No, content.
Content. I mean, that doesn't mean that you have to not aim for higher, but I think some people feel pressure that they should be happy all the time, and then there's something wrong with their life if it's not happy. And then they can get really miserable about not being happy, and weirdly it brings them down. Yeah.
You don't have to bounce around like a gummy bear, do you, to be happy?
No, but I do enjoy moments like that, though.
How many do you have?
Probably a few a week of bouncing around like a gummy bear. Depends what music's on. I'm now trying to think of the music that I bounce around.
Is it our theme tune? Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah, that'll probably get me jigging.
Yeah, what else?
Human by The Killers. That gets me dancing around like a bit of a nutter.
Are you human?
Or are we dancing? And I'd probably go for it like a loony in the kitchen alone. Yeah. Or with the children. The children do know that I do
then the
act like a bit of a banana.
With their mates, and then they're embarrassed and run upstairs.
They're just like, oh, it's all right. It's my
She's
mum.
not my mum.
No, they own it. They're like, yeah, my mum is a bit of a dancing gummy bear.
See, gummy bears, I just think of.
Of what?
Well, like pills.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How does your mind go there? I think of gummy bears and instantly. So I went and had my nails done today, and my nail tech on his Insta, he'd put gummy bears on someone's fingernails. And actually, I would have quite liked gummy bears on my fingernails, apart from practically, they would last about 2 seconds on mine with all the heavy,
like proper,
like little mini gummy bears,
out.
Like they, sticky out.
And they're hard.
Yeah,
or gummy.
Well, hard.
Anyway, people, you may notice in this podcast we do tend to go off on a tangent from time to time. And that is our key skill, isn't it?
Yeah. Not staying on task.
No, can't do that. Absolutely can't do that. So, we hope you're happy. If you're not happy, we hope you're content.
Yeah, good one.
I like being content. Do you know what content is to me?
It's an underrated word.
It's eating a blancmange.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's torture.
Why you're unhappy?
I'm not unhappy because no one's making me eat blancmange.
No, seriously.
Even the word.
Like just looking at it.
Blancmange.
Yeah.
Mange. Even mange.
Does it mean white eating or something in French?
I have no idea, but I can't. I eat most things, but if somebody said blancmange to me, I don't think I'd equate it with happiness. Why is that happiness for you?
Well, because they're wobbly, aren't they? Because they're a bit like a jelly.
Yeah.
And they're like creamy and nice and they're sweet. I just think that is awesome. It's ticking all my boxes.
That's why it's good that people have differences in this world.
Yeah.
We can't all like the same things. White wobbly things. That's what Steve likes. White wobbly jelly-like things.
I absolutely do.
TMI. Save that one for the 10 p.m. podcast.
Right, listeners. So that's our our talk. I'm content if I get sent a blancmange. You can send them in the post to 1B The Exchange, 28 Poplar Road, Solihull.
Oh, nice. I'll have socks, not blancmanges. I don't think blancmanges travel well either. But carry on. Like, stop with the blancmange, Jess.
Okay, right. Without much further ado,
Diagnose Steve. There's obviously something wrong with him. Jess delves into what it could be.
So, Jess.
Yes.
Another podcast. What are we going to talk about today?
Let's talk about something like really exciting.
Do you think anyone would bother to listen, though? Do you think, there's thousands of podcasts, isn't there?
Yeah, but does it matter if nobody listens as long as we have a good time making it?
And even the people that do listen, like, they vote Trump in and stuff. To Joe Rogan.
Actually, no, I'm with you on that one.
So...
No, people that voted Trump are not going to be listening to us.
Absolutely not. And did you watch the news last night?
I did not.
Yeah, no one cares, do they? So why are they going to listen to our podcast?
People care, I think. I care. Why do you think that, Steve? You're sounding pretty miserable.
I don't think anyone cares what's saying. We're a middle-aged fella, not done anything, not doing anything, not going anywhere.
Oh, dear, Steve. You do sound a bit down in the dumps.
What do you think? Why would anyone listen to me? Why?
Sound like Eeyore.
Eeyore.
From Winnie the Pooh.
No, I've never read or watched or anything.
I haven't either. However,
Hannah
there are
calls me Eeyore
lots of little pictures that go around.
Well, I know who they
the
are.
internet. But Eeyore is Mr. Basically like a rain cloud, follows him everywhere.
And there's Tigger, who's like,
yay! Yeah, full of beans.
But I'm like Eeyore.
You did just sound a bit like Eeyore then, yeah. A bit like what some people call a mood hoover.
Ugh, mood hoover. Mood hoovers.
Yeah, I don't think mood hoover is a technical diagnosis.
Isn't it? So that's not one you learnt at psycho school.
No, however, they definitely exist. And although, actually, I'll tell you why it's even more wrong. It's because a Dyson would get really upset with that, wouldn't they? Because we should call it a mood vacuum cleaner instead.
You're correct there. That's
because
very
Hoover's
important.
a brand name. Perhaps Hoover's upset with it because they don't want to be associated with a mood hoover. It'd be too depressing. They probably much prefer it to be called a mood vacuum cleaner.
Some people don't want to be associated with James Dyson.
We could call it a shark. Mood shark. They're the new ones on the market.
This is almost getting political, isn't it?
Well, I'm
Let's
just
not go
saying.
there.
Again, tangents, but mood hoovers. We'll stick with hoovers just because that's what people understand.
Yeah. Shout it out from the tannoy.
Yeah. Mood hoover.
Mood hoover.
And then James Dyson will come on and say, it's not a hoover, it's a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. What is it? Anti-cyclone technology or something.
Oh, I think it
Is
is. I don't know. We might have changed it since.
Anyway, so mood hoovers. We all know them, don't we? You're thinking of one right now.
Yes. I do know a few mood hoovers.
Tell me.
Right, I can't tell you who it is.
Don't tell me.
But occasionally I do deliver some management, development and leadership training sessions. And you can guarantee there's always at least one mood hoover in that room.
Because they've been to these sessions before, have they? And they've heard the same thing.
Can't teach me anything new.
I've been in this game
Such
over
a
40
waste of
years,
time.
man and boy.
Only here because I have to be. Yeah, that one. Or when actually it's not what I don't mind that bit. I can cope with that bit. It's when you get the other people that are enthusiastic and want to speak up and want to participate and volunteer the information, put things forward. But the mood hoover squashes them down, says, no, you will not be enthusiastic and happy and positive. You'll stay in this pointless, no point teaching me anything new zone. And then the happy people go, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
they're
sad.
sucking the mood out, aren't they?
Sucking the mood out. Rain cloud following them.
Yeah.
They don't just bring themselves down, they bring others down. And that's what's It's not very helpful. Hopefully today we'll try to make sure that people don't suck at other people's negative moods.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I'm going down a wrong tangent.
No,
Let's get
'cause
back on track.
That is a good thing to talk about. How can we defend ourselves
Yes.
against mood hoovers?
Bit of bubble wrap. Acknowledging what is happening is a good start. Bit of
Because
awareness.
you do feel, don't you? So when you go, I've got a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And then you say it, and then somebody goes, oh, that won't work.
That happens so often to me. I think I've got this brilliant idea, and then someone says, "Oh, it's already been done, Jess. There's no point." Or
has it been done well? That's what I'll be saying.
Or slow down.
Why?
People won't be with you. Stop trying to move too fast. I'm like, come on! And they're like, no, Jess, steady. And then I go away
How do you
miserable.
counter that?
Yeah. Well, I basically smile and nod at them. Go, point taken. And then I race off till I can find somebody that does believe in me or does believe in my little idea or whatever it is that I've got excited about. And then I persuade them.
That's why I asked you to do this podcast.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I see it as a challenge.
What, me?
Well, mood hoovers. Yeah. Like overcoming them. But I will be honest, there are some mood hoovers that you can switch and some mood hoovers that are indestructible.
Oh, because they want to be.
Oh, God, they
Like
just
wannabes.
love it. There's like a secondary benefit for them to be miserable and bring the world down. It's their safe place. Also with mood hoovers, I'm going in the wrong order, so you're going to kill me afterwards because we should be sticking to schedule.
We're not good at structure.
But mood hoovers, I don't know whether you said it to me during the podcast or when we were chatting before, but why? And so some people are mood hoovers because it's situational. Perhaps they've, the dog's just died. Perhaps they've just had a bad diagnosis.
What do you expect to be?
Perhaps, that's
not being a mood hoover, I'd say. You have a
it's
horrible thing.
How long it goes on for, really. It's actually, you know what? Sometimes it is our job to try and pick people up and empathise and take them on, and bring them back. But other people are in permanent states of mood hooverism.
They are, aren't they? So how do you counter them? So I just want to talk about this because it does happen to me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Go on then, give us an example.
It happens. Well, like a brilliant idea, and then can't do that. Wherever it is.
Yeah, but is that because? Yeah, but my ideas were brilliant.
Your ideas are brilliant. But you've never had a bad idea.
One or two. Getting married. I've only been married once. It's just one bad idea.
Have you?
Yeah. No, it's definitely once. It's all right. Did I look like I was thinking for a long time there? Just once. Once is enough.
No, but it wasn't a bad idea at the time, was it? Because you were
I thought it was a bloody...
love.
Yeah, but I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, but things don't work out sometimes.
Correct.
So you would have liked to have been persuaded not to.
Well, no, but then I was happy at that point, wasn't I?
You're happy, so go with it.
Yeah. It's okay.
So
what about you? Your mood hoovers stop you when you have what you think are great ideas.
I do recognise myself being a mood hoover sometimes.
Oh, how do you know you're a mood hoover?
I don't like, I can hear myself getting myself down just when I'm saying it. No, it's not good. How do you stop yourself doing that?
Well, number one, be aware that you're doing it.
Yeah,
understand,
that's the first step.
Understand what a mood hoover is and what it looks like, feels like, and everything else. And then ask yourself if it's helpful. Sometimes there's a reason to question. There's a difference between challenging someone's idea and being able to coach them and support them with that thought. So there's challenging. That's very different than mood hoover. But if you're being the mood hoover, why are you being that way? You just have to take a step back and think, is this helpful or unhelpful for either yourself or the person that you're talking to? And if it's not helpful, you have to come up with a way to stop it.
Button it.
Nip it in the bud. Yeah. Do a happy dance. Sometimes it sounds daft, but that is a technique that some psychologists teach people. Like you shake it all off because it basically like resets your nervous system.
Taylor Swift taught us, isn't it?
Is that what she said?
She's got a song, Shake It Off.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that one.
You know that.
Yes. So by all means, shake it off to that.
That is a great song. That
Yeah.
does cheer me up. And Shine by Taking That.
Really? I don't think, no, I'm not with you on the
Yeah.
Shine one.
You know, stop being so hard on yourself. I'm looking like Robbie Williams now. Check out YouTube.
I don't think
everyone.
anybody could be a mood hoover with your glasses on, though. I love your glasses. They make people happy.
Do they?
I think so.
Have I told you about getting my glasses?
No.
I got upsold in the optician.
Well, you did it. They upsold well.
Yeah.
They're good. They're good
She
fun.
said, she looked me in the eye and she said, these would suit your lovely, beautiful blue eyes. And I was like, oh, they would, won't they?
See, whereas if she would have said, oh, well, I don't suppose it matters which one you pick because you'll look crap in all of them.
Well, don't you get these brown tortoiseshell ones like everyone else?
I've got brown tortoiseshell ones.
Oh, they're a classic design.
Oh, yeah, changing mine now.
No, like, I've had about 8 pairs of them. They're a classic design. And mine are classic for Elton John.
Right, Steve, back on track, back on schedule.
Right.
How does mood hoovering arise, or how does it show itself in financial issues?
Well, it can stop you doing anything. Okay, so quite a lot of the time, it might be a good thing to perhaps invest in a pension or invest in some shares, for example, because you're more likely to make some money. You're going to save some tax. But then that ain't going to work for me, is it? Nothing ever works. Nothing ever works out right.
What's the point? I'm only going to die in 10 years' time or 5 years' time.
What's the point?
Could get hit by a bus tomorrow. That's like one of my least favourite statements. What does it matter? I could get hit by a bus tomorrow.
That's very nihilistic, isn't it?
Well, how many people get hit by buses statistically? I want to say no. You're more likely to have a stroke or die from an infection than you are to be hit by a bus. Can we change the sentence to something that is more likely to happen?
Getting hit by a bus?
Yeah.
So there is a video, right, and it's where I used to live in Reading. There's a guy walking along the street and he gets hit by a bus, but
yay,
he doesn't die or anything. He gets up, dusts himself off, and walks in the Purple Turtle pub.
Purple Turtle?
Yeah, have you been to one of them?
I've never been to a Purple Turtle.
They're kind of like
seen one or
bars.
two, but never
Have
drank it.
Is that innuendo?
No.
I never know.
It's a bit, when my friend got married and went to the wedding and they did hymns and they sung All Things Bright and Beautiful.
The purple.
Well, yeah, exactly. I started giggling in the wedding really inappropriately and I couldn't stop because I also, in my head, changed Mountain to Monster and then I've lost it. Yeah. Because everyone else was so serious and the more serious people were, I should have been more of a mood hoover, to be fair. I'd have been a bit better doing that.
A bit like this podcast, really. It's about psychology and your finances. Probably the two of the top 3, or I don't know what the third is, most important things in life, say.
Yes.
And we're talking about
purple-headed things. Anyway, Purple Turtle.
Anyway, so find it on YouTube. It's hilarious. And he was all right. He just got up but he was carried along the street.
Oh, like it's a real thing. I thought you were going to say like it was an advert or something.
It's a real thing. So it's on CCTV. This guy gets knocked. He's on the pavement. The bus goes on the pavement, sort of picks him up, knocks him over, pushes him along 10 or 15 yards. And he's like, whoa, goes in the pub. And
we all just need to be customers of Purple Turtle. Perhaps that's what it is.
It's great. Anyone knows the Purple Turtle in Reading? I miss you.
Perhaps he's made of jelly bellies. What are they called? We were talking about them earlier.
Gummy bears.
Yeah, perhaps he was more of a gummy bear. So...
I think he might have been a big fella. He might have had a jelly belly. Anyway. Yeah, so it stops you being a mood hoover. It makes you negative about things, so you don't do things that are more likely to put you in a better position so that you can earn more money, save more tax, so that you're able to go out and do the things that you want to do when that bus does not hit you.
And do you think that mood hoovers, it makes a difference how much money mood hoovers have? Because I have a feeling that it doesn't actually matter whether they're super rich or not. They would still be negative. Would they still have that mindset around it?
I do feel that perhaps that was because of everything I did. That wasn't luck. But if we put things down to other people, I might be let down. Again. I don't know. So that's one downside of it. It stops you achieving what you could achieve.
Taking advantage of the opportunities.
Yes, seize the day. Carpe diem.
Grab the bull by the horns.
Yeah. Similarly,
in the purple turtle.
That's it. Grab the turtle. Yeah. And also that makes you a bit more risk averse, perhaps, because you're not scared down about likely outcomes. You don't do the things you could do. So you invest less in equities, and that is shown to be the asset that earns most money in the long term.
Can you just help me out? Equities.
An equity, that is a share, like a share in a company.
Okay.
You heard in stocks and shares?
Yeah, well, I know what a share is. I just wondered what was the difference between share and equity.
Well, it's the same thing.
Okay, that's
So
right.
if you own a share in a company, you get a share of the profits.
I mean, obviously, I knew this anyway. I was just asking it just in case some of our listeners weren't aware. I didn't want anyone to feel stupid, so I thought I'd just help them out. And
absolutely, but dear listener, please know that any sense of doubt between me and Jess is purely for explanatory reasons, and not due to our lack of knowledge in any way whatsoever.
It's all planned as well, scripted from start to finish. This is.
Let's take a bit look on our 3-paragraph script. So also, if you have got the money, if you think things are going to be bad, perhaps you don't spend it doing the great things you could do. That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, because they would never think that something was great to look forward to, so they would never perhaps take travel the world or go in the opportunity of a lifetime, because there is no opportunity of a lifetime. Yeah. We're only going to go to a hotel that'll have bed bugs. And
we'll go on a cruise or sink.
Who wants to go on a cruise, though?
Cruises.
I know, but I watched that ferry go off I just felt claustrophobic watching it.
What ferry?
I don't know. There was a video and it had sort of 20 lines of balconies. It was basically like living in a massive apartment block on the water.
Yeah. I get it. I understand.
It's not for me, I don't think. I mean, I might try it for 1, possibly 2 days.
Perhaps you should try it.
Let me off! I want to run away.
Because this is a bit of a mood hoovery attitude about cruises.
Perhaps I have got a mood hoover attitude towards cruises. If you're a cruiser, get in touch and change my mind.
If you're a cruise ship company, me and Jess will be happy to go along for a 2-week Caribbean break at your expense.
Not together though. Can we have
a different cabin? Oh, you make me feel bad now.
No, to be fair, I have a feeling that if we were together, we'd just laugh the night away rather than
watch the shows.
Yeah.
I'll take my feather boa.
Oh, good. Can I have fans? Like feathery fans?
Absolutely. So, being a mood hoover, you don't go and do the things you could do. You put stuff off and get demotivated. We all know people like that.
Yeah, there's no point.
I'll do it next week. I'm not going to enjoy it that much anyway.
Yeah.
Go and do it next week.
I think some people don't even recognise they are, do they? I know I speak to some people and they'll just say, I don't like to look forward to things because if I do and they're not any good, then I get really disappointed. They can't handle the come down of it not working, so then they never look forward to it. I personally don't get excited about holidays until I have landed and I'm at the hotel and put my bags in the room. That's when I start then enjoying the holiday.
So it's like a self-defense mechanism, perhaps.
I don't know.
To stop them being.
I'm not a mood hoover whilst it's going on. I can still enjoy the journey.
But they're not looking.
But I'm not one of these that goes, go
to things. I can't wait. 3 more sleeps.
Yeah, I don't do that.
No.
I do. Sorry. Sugar. We're going on holiday tomorrow. I'll pack. And then I get distracted, and then the next morning I wake up with 20 minutes to spare thinking, still haven't packed, quick.
So that is one of the things, isn't it? Procrastination. You don't do stuff, you leave it till the last minute.
Put it off.
Yeah. And then you have to rush your decisions, and you perhaps forget to pack enough pairs of pants
Yes.
or your toothbrush.
So I like my toothbrush. I would be upset if I lost my toothbrush.
Yeah, because then you'd get a stick one
Mm.
and not your zzz one.
Mm.
So that's bad news, isn't it? It's all bad news.
Mood hoovers are not particularly good with finances generally. Well, it's not that they're not good with it. They could actually be reasonable with money, but they will never make the best of their money.
So I want to tell you a story. It's a real life one.
We like stories.
Real life one.
Is it going to make us cry? Or is it like happy, like the purple turtle
It's like
bus
this
bouncing person?
It's mood hoovery sort of story about a mood hoover.
Okay. Well, tell us the story then, because otherwise, if you tell me what it's about, then
So there was someone who, I mean, to be frank, I really liked him.
Better being frank than Brenda. But okay,
when
frank.
we went to the pub. But when he came to the office, he was such a mood hoover. I really didn't look forward to the meetings. I wasn't going, yes, 3 more sleeps until such and such comes in.
Oh.
I was always dead nervous and anxious about it. So I decided after 5 years, I thought, this isn't getting any better. Because, after a little bit of magic, hopefully you'd think people might get more excited about things. But no, it was just how they were.
Yes.
Some
people are happy being unhappy.
Well, yeah, and that might be a thing.
And that's okay, but it's when it brings everything else down, or when it locks off opportunities. And
he was great on a night out. Like, it was really good fun, and I couldn't ever put the 2 and 2 together. The person I sat in a meeting with, our annual review, against what they were like on a night out. So they were always moaning about stuff, and I said, look, I know it hasn't have done as well as you wanted to, but these are all of the things, because I went back through my notes over 5 years. These are all the things that you didn't do that I told you to do and you ignored. And those would have added up to £200,000.
Whoa.
Which is a big deal, isn't it?
I'm assuming that was quite a big, we say 200,000 is a big deal. I'm taking this as a person that doesn't have 40 million sitting in the bank.
Well, not 40, but
£200,000 to the average person is a significant wedge.
Yeah.
One that most of us would not turn our noses up.
Yeah. I mean, they had a few quid knocking about the shop.
Yeah, but if we'd have said just a few more yeses, a few more listenings to the expert.
That's it. And that was all because they had this mood hoover type attitude.
Negative,
that it wouldn't work. And what was the point? Because I've got lots.
But you're
anyway.
really good, because your attitude towards clients' money is that you will only ever do things that really looks after them, and it fulfills a pattern where there is return on investments. The whole bit of not working doesn't really wash with you. It's not as if you're some high risk taker. You are.
Well, we like to do things that have worked consistently in the past, but there is no guarantee of future results, Jessica.
Well,
as we all know, as every compliance officer knows. Right?
Yeah.
So I tried everything I could to get them to do these things over this time every year. Why don't you do this? This is why. That didn't work. Explaining it with charts or visually, verbally, asking questions so they come to the conclusion themselves.
I like it.
Everything in my locker, which ain't a lot.
It is, to be fair. It's a lot. It sounds like you did push the boat out and really tried.
And I was like, look, just what is the point? You let me do what I'll do, or stop moaning, or we should just perhaps leave it. And he left it. Which I am sad about, because I did like him on a night out.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sad about having those meetings.
No, because although if you've got an Eeyore, then it is good to try to pull them out of their mood hoovers. But ultimately, there's only so much you can try. And if a mood hoover does not want to change.
So even when I said that I worked it all out, if we'd done these at these times, like we said, it'd be worth this now, and it would have 200,000 extra. He said, yeah, but we didn't know that was going to happen.
But you did. That's why you presented it to him at the time.
You don't know for sure. You know what's more likely.
Yeah.
So
That's a tough one.
still winds me up.
Yeah. However, people do not make financial decisions logically, because if they did, everyone would be good with money. And actually, evolutionary wise, money has only been around for a very short period of time. I think it's about 600 years before BC was the first evidence of money.
Check you out.
So it is only a
Was
recent...
that the Mesopotamians or something? I want to say.
I want to say Turkey or India. I could be wrong. But yeah, it was about 600 BC, 200 BC. Anyway, it was before Christ, but not more than 1,000 years.
Yeah.
So then pensions have only been around for how long, Steve? Less than 100 years.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Less than 100 years.
I know there's lots of pension.
And then stocks and shares and stuff like that, those are quite recent. So actually, in terms of our evolution around money, our brains haven't managed to transition with money. So what is true is that we should trust people that make decisions about money in a logical way, like quick plug, shameless plug, like Lucent do, like you do, rather than trying to use our own behaviours and psychology with money. Because actually, a lot of that is based on our unconscious bias of stuff that we've heard from individuals or happened to us as a kid or what was happening when we were paying attention to it, rather than actual facts, hard data, good evidence-based investments.
And it's really hard. So it's nothing wrong with getting caught up in your emotions about money. We're human.
Yeah.
You know.
Get caught up in it, but then just pay a professional to make the right decisions for you.
Yeah, that understands. But if it's going to make you so anxious, even if, because all the rationality in the world doesn't help sometimes, does it?
Not with certain people.
Makes you go the other way sometimes. But understanding how you are as a person, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then acting against that.
But you're very good at reassuring people. You do have quite a lot of, people do come in anxious. When people meet a financial advisor, they are, this is my life savings. I'm going to hand it over to a business, to a partnership, to what are financial advisors called? Financial advisor firms. That could be scary, but luckily you have referrals left, right and centre and 5-star Google reviews everywhere.
I think we're quite lucky like that because we do recognise it. And we got you.
Me.
And we are perhaps the only financial planning firm in the world to have Jess.
That's true. That is true.
To have a psychologist.
You're the only one to have Jess.
Yeah. I just need to stop doing that. It's
oh,
coming
yeah,
out
sorry,
on the
I'm
mic.
making noises.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
And now a message from our sponsors. Jess, Steve, there are no sponsors. This is embarrassing.
So how can we fix mood hoovers? We can't fix them as a person perhaps, but we'll come to you in a second.
Okay.
But what fixes money-wise can we do? So I think understanding your money, how it works, how investments work, how this fits into your life and what it could possibly do to help you is an important first step. With everything in it, education.
Knowledge is power.
That's it. I want to fix my educations.
Is that Forrest Gump?
No, I watched Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, okay.
So fix. You can't fix your educations. You fix your dinner.
Fix your dinner.
So getting educated, understanding. You can do that yourself. There's a lot of content out there, or you can have a planner that can help you do this and discuss the main points with you, and then give you a plan of what you can actually do. So remember, money is about life. Life is not about money.
Oh, life.
That's smooth, isn't it?
Money is about life, but life's not about money.
I did make that up on the spot, but it's probably something I've heard somewhere. So
claim it, quick, claim it. TM.
Kudos to anyone who said that I read it. Well done. And then if we stick to that plan, even when life throws buses at you,
Yeah.
or wobbles or banana skins, then you can adapt. But if you've got the basis of a plan,
So strong plan. So understanding your money, understanding finances, what things mean. Your financial planner will obviously help with that. But you can also read up yourself. It's not as if there's a lack of knowledge in the world at the minute.
that's
is there?
everywhere. On Google.
But also make sure that you get it from a reliable source.
That's it.
Not Bob down the pub that specialises in Crypto King.
Yeah. I think this is important, actually. People that have made a lot of money doing something are not necessarily good with money.
That's true.
In fact, most of them aren't.
There's a very high turnover. We discussed this earlier. Forbes top list, 20% turnover every 5 years, even when you take
100
out
wealthiest
the debt.
people.
Yeah. Because
That's
it's
a
easier to make it, it's more difficult to keep it. Because luck can make it, but generally that doesn't keep it.
That's a well.
And you almost need, so some of the people that make all this money, high risk, high behaviours, and a bit of luck thrown in there. I mean, don't get me wrong, you've all worked incredibly hard, you multi-millionaires and things like that. But keeping hold of it, you need different. Well, this is for a different podcast. Shut up, Jess.
Oh yeah, Jess.
What traits help people keep hold of their money? Right, note to self.
Okay, so also having a plan that you can follow, you can see how things have done the year after against your plan.
Yeah.
Now this is great for a mood hoover because you can have a little side bet, can't we?
Evidence based.
Yeah. I bet you one blancmange, right? That this will happen.
Yeah.
And then they'll say no, 2 blancmanges.
I'd always bet a lunch. I like a lunch.
And then we can see the following year.
Yeah. Whoever wins.
Mm. And then the mood hoover might say, well, that's because of this. This will never happen again.
Or they might put it down to luck rather than good financial planning. But who cares what it's down to as long as...
as long as it's
there's
working.
a return on investment and it's working to your plan and you get to live the life that you want.
Exactly. But if we've got that sort of line in the sand each year, this is what you thought, this is what's happened. Can't you see it's getting better?
Woohoo.
Or worse. They might be right sometimes. Who knows? I kind of know.
Not with your planning.
All right, Jess. Not used to being with you being this sycophantic to me.
Enjoy it. It doesn't happen very often.
As soon as the cameras are off and the microphones, be back to normal. So how about psychologically, Jess?
Psychologically, what can
How
help?
could we help? Say I am a mood hoover, which you've diagnosed me as today.
Yeah. If
How
you're
can I help
Eeyore.
myself? Because I don't want to be. I don't want to be that person. I want to uplift people.
Okay, so that's a really good point. Number one, if you don't want to be the mood hoover, there are lots of things that we can do to help you lift you out of that.
Explain.
For the people that don't want to be mood hoovers, but perhaps have a level of self-awareness and realise that they've gone down that path and perhaps they've been stuck in that rut for quite some time, they can practice gratitude. Some people like gratitude journaling. Other people like to look in the mirror and remind themselves every day, perhaps whilst they're brushing their teeth, the 5 things that they're grateful for. From I'm grateful to be able to have hot water, to have a nice hot shower, to I'm grateful to be able to play Human by Killers, and grateful for the ability to dance around the lounge like a banana. So gratitude journaling, really
How does
good.
a banana dance?
Oh, right. I would show.
They bent over a bit.
This is how a mushroom dances.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know how, but that was anyway for my kid. So yeah, gratitude journaling, doing some positive things, identifying what makes you feel better, trying to find the ways that can really lift you up and give you a boost. Those 1 or 2 songs that in everyone's world, there are things that bring us down. Brown letters that come through your letterbox.
Ooh.
Or red letters. That doesn't make everyone go, oh, yay. Ugh. Personally, for me, voicemails.
Oh, I have
I
that.
don't like voicemails.
Ah.
I will not listen to it. However, for everything that can bring us down, we can find something that lifts us up. So sunshine, going for a walk, being mindful. So mindfulness, I'm sure people get bored of hearing from mindfulness. Bear in mind that I am not a particularly fluffy psychologist. However...
You absolutely are.
All right. Sometimes...
Let's talk realism. You bro.
No, so we're right. Let's get back. mood hoovers, because I had a good point, and then you're going to say something, and then I lose it.
I did it then, didn't I? Did mood hoovering.
So in psychology, in terms of our brain, when our brain has got stuck in a pattern of seeing the negative, of being the negative voice, we actually have to retrain it to be the positive. Mm-hmm. The reason it's down in that negative voice is because we've supported that, that we've encouraged it, that for whatever reason, we think that is a beneficial place to be. Perhaps normally it's because it keeps us safe for being negative. Mm-hmm. Oh, we don't like change, do we, Deirdre? That sort of thing. Nothing wrong with the name Deirdre. So, see, now I've lost my train of thought because I went off on Deirdre. Anyway, so you've basically trained your brain to go down to this mood hoover path. You're stuck there. You have to go to the gym. Take your mind to the gym with mindfulness to then pull yourself up. So you've basically dug yourself into a hole and you've stayed there and you've gone, well, much as this isn't a happy hole, it feels like a safe hole. Might be dark, might be gloomy, might be a bit damp, but I know what I've got.
But it's cosy and
I've got what I've got. It's just safe. It's all right. But you can be safe and all right in the sunshine, in the happy place, in the wonderful place. So what we need to do is just create those steps to start introducing ourselves back into a more positive world and a more positive way of thinking.
A ladder to light.
Oh, you're full of them today. Right, you're going to get that. So I'm going to nick that. Build your ladder to light. If you like light. I love light. Light makes me happy. And that can be done by surrounding yourself with positive people. It can be done by putting yourselves in terms of positive experiences. And when you're in them looking for the positive, it is being mindful every moment. So when I was younger, I was really quite depressed. And sometimes I can still get that way a bit. And my mum said something to me. She said, whatever you're doing, Jess, find the positive in it. When you're doing the washing up, and I don't like washing up. Who likes to put hands in dirty water?
Washing
and all that
up
stuff?
is really good. I find it relaxing.
It's good to touch dirty dishes.
It's some marigolds. They make you feel happy.
Oh, and then
Put
water
some bright
gets
yellow
in.
things.
Water gets in it, and it's just anyway. Doing the washing up, I don't like washing up. It's not my thing. But if you do it, and then you look out the window and you see a little bird, and you're like, oh, that bird looks happy. Or there's a little weed, and you're like, oh, I look at weeds, and I'm like, oh, what a brave plant. It's grown all by itself somewhere where it shouldn't. I like that weed. That weed's made me happy.
He's sticking two fingers up at the world. Stuff you on growing.
Practicing that and being mindful of when you look out the window, you could look out and you go, oh, God, it's grey. It's another miserable day. Oh, God, it's raining. Which is why people say things like, oh, great weather for ducks. That is practicing getting away from being a mood hoover. So it's mindfulness. You can obviously reach out because if you are a permanent mood hoover and you want to change and you're struggling to understand how to, go and see a professional. That's an option. Absolutely. Go and ask your GP. Go and find somebody online, somebody that you speak to, and definitely does not allow you to embrace and sit there mood hoovering. Like, don't go and pay somebody £80, £100 an hour.
Call you out.
Somebody that's going to call you out, just hold you accountable and challenge some of those thoughts.
You need your friends to do that, really, don't you? Or your partner or whoever's around you a lot. When you start doing it,
you could have a sign.
Yeah.
Almost like a mood hoovering. What could be the sign? Oh! Sign for a mood hoover. For the rest of us that are not mood hoovers, you don't want to spend a huge amount of time with them. It is okay to keep your distance. And like at work, I think it's okay to have boundaries and say, clearly you're not in a place to have this conversation at the minute. Let's try again another day, perhaps when you're feeling in a place where we can have a more constructive conversation. It's all right to set boundaries and limits.
Someone who may or may not work here.
Yes.
Might be quite good at that.
Setting boundaries?
When I've moaned a bit, they've just gone like that and walked off.
Ah, see?
And it's good. And I was like, yeah, you know what?
I am being a bit of a
hoover. I wouldn't mind if I just got one round the chops, to be fair. Slap me one. But yeah. So that was quite good.
But there are lots of things. There's lots of tools out there. Have a Google. Have a look. But gratitude journaling, positivity journaling.
That does work.
Things. Yeah.
I've never written it down, but I've gone, I really like this. And you do feel more
But it
cheery.
is practice, so it's consistency. You are not going to turn from a mood hoover into Dr. Happy overnight, unless you have a stroke and it affects your brain in a really amazing way. or a car accident or something like that.
Or a possession.
Oh, possession. A positive possession. Does that even happen?
Does in my world.
That would be good. But what does happen is that if you practice, same like you're not going to be able to run a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
You can't wake up and go, you know what? I know that I'm 4 stone overweight and I haven't done any exercise for the past 10 years, but I'm going to run a marathon because my mind says I can. It's not really going to happen. What you can do, though, is you can start. You can start by putting your trainers on and going to the end of the street and back. And if you do that consistently and keep on building up and building up, your brain will come on that journey.
Journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, doesn't it? So that reminds me of that song. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative.
Right,
want me
what
to sing
song
it to you?
title? Is that just a lyric from it? Because if
Yeah,
that's a
you've
song
got
title,
to-
it's song.
Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Do you not know that? I'd really like to try really hard then.
To be fair, it was good singing.
it?
Yeah, no,
I've got quite deep.
I was thinking
from me.
I'd go to karaoke with you now, but what's the chorus? Because that's not the chorus, is it? That's not.
And that's what?
catchline.
No, I don't know what it is, but that is the lyric, and it's a very good one.
We have a client that's really good at lyrics.
Who?
Phil. Shout out to Phil. He's really good at lyrics.
Feels really good at all music.
Yeah,
Frankly, yeah.
absolutely. We'll have to get him on one day. We
He's
can
no
play.
YouTuber. He's very funny.
It's very good.
Anyway, that is it on mood hoovering. We're moving on.
And now for Sockology, where Jess and Steve review types of sock and how your socks affect your mood.
Sockology. So
This is my favourite bit.
you love this bit.
This is because I designed Sockology. You know, you have
You did. It was your idea.
certain psychologists come up with CBT, behavioural therapy, all that.
Oh,
Who cares? Dream analysis.
the
I
super id.
Yeah, I can. PAC, parent, adult, child, transaction analysis. Who needs to know when
Do
you've got
one.
Sockology?
Sockology. So big shout out now to Uncle Bulgaria. I'm going to say something now you don't know.
Okay.
I don't know anyone's knows actually, so let's not say his name.
Okay.
But Uncle Bulgaria is going to be a father.
Oh, shout out. Happiness, Uncle Bulgaria.
Well done, Uncle Bulgaria. You are amazing. I would like to say, please call your child Orinoco.
That would be a good plan.
Please call your child.
Actually, that's quite a nice name. Orinoco.
It's really good. It's a
I
river,
like that
isn't it?
name. Is it a river?
It's a river in South America.
It's quite a beautiful name. Boy or girl?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Orinoco, Bulgaria.
Or Enya likes the Orinoco flow. I'm singing a lot today. It's very annoying.
No, it's not annoying.
Is
I
it
like
nice?
it. Yeah.
Fishing for compliments, right? So, Uncle Bulgaria, thank you, because he has been the first person to send in some socks. He's also responsible for editing all these podcasts.
Yay.
Poor lamb. He has to listen to this stuff 2 or 3 times. All you lucky listeners, you only have to do it once. Probably turn off halfway through. Oh, Mood Hoover.
Mood Hoover.
Oh, there we go.
They're going to be listening to it 2 or 3 times because we are so freakingly funny.
Well, yeah.
Can I get my socks out now?
Come and get your sock out.
Right, I'm going to use your camera.
Whoa. Beauty. Look at that. Where is it? There's camels.
There's
I've
camels.
got them on as well.
If you-
Am I in the
Look.
shot? Woo. Oh, God, this is really hurting.
This is where you're supposed to look all flexible.
Yeah, well, I can't do that.
Is that enough for socks? Look, camels. How
that.
can you be miserable with camels? And not just that, but look, I've got turquoise at the bottom because they've all got the water.
Beautiful. They're a bit big for you, though, aren't they? Your heels at the back. Anyway, thank you, Uncle Bulgaria. That's brilliant. We could have worn them last week, to be fair. So we wore them today because they got camels on, and we're mood hoovers, so you've got the hump.
But we don't have the hump.
We don't. We're taking them.
Just our socks.
Um,
Who knew, actually? Bacterian camels. Is it bacterian? I think they're quite endangered.
okay.
Yeah, I went to Cotswold Wildlife Park. Shout out to Cotswold Wildlife Park. It was freaking awesome.
Are they endangered in the Cotswold or generally?
Well, I think they're quite rare in Cotswolds. But yeah, no, I think generally. And I didn't know that. Who knew that they were?
We should get David Attenborough on
That would be a
to
good
expand
show.
on this because I do like the nature stuff. He can tell us about camels, and he's not a mood hoover. He always cheers me up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not a mood. Oh,
Well,
don't know when
I
you
don't
find out about
what
all
if
the
he is?
pollution and all the climate change. That can.
That's helping, though, isn't it?
It is helping if we can look at it in a positive way about what we can do for it. Yeah.
Right. That's it for this week. I don't think that was the best show. It's a
Oh,
bit-
yes, it was.
It's a bit miserable. Now, it was awesome. I've had a lovely time this evening.
Yeah, me
I
too.
must say. We'll see you in another couple of weeks for another round of Juggling Mind and Money. Thanks for listening. Do check out our YouTube channel to see our pretty faces and our socks.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that not all the listeners are going to be able to see my socks.
No, they're socks with camels on. That's it. Also,
Steve and Jess would be really grateful if you'd leave them a review on wherever you listen to your podcasts. If they run a star system, please give Juggling Mind and Money more stars than the Milky Way.
yes, it would be great if you could do us a review on our podcast so we surge up the charts and don't have the dismal performance mood hoovers might expect us to have. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be
number one.
awesome. Number one
Alright.
podcast in the world called Juggling Mind and Money.
Juggling Mind and Money. Exactly. I don't care where we are, to be honest. I just like chatting rubbish with you.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
Don't want to take things too seriously unless we're looking after other people's money, in which case it's very serious.
Yeah, but we do it light-hearted.
But you still have fun doing it. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks everyone. I'll see you later. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye.